Our last speaker in the junior category is Silvia Lee. She is 12 years old, and today she is going to be talking about hardship is a blessing in disguise. Let's welcome Silvia Lee.
Pretty, smart, delicate, gentle, nice. Raise your hand if you have ever heard someone call you that. I have. But these words do not define us. Our past experiences define us more than a label that our friends, family, and classmates have assigned us. Just because I'm 12 doesn't mean that I haven't been through my own fair share of hardships. But now, looking back, all those hardships were really just a blessing in disguise. Today, most kids are born into some kind of big hospital. But ever since I was born, I was different. Around the time I was due to be born, China still had the one-child policy, and there was already my brother. In order to protect my mom and I, my dad brought us out into the countryside so we wouldn't be caught. There, for 9 months, my mom stayed in hiding, living all by herself. She had to give birth to me in a very crummy hospital so that we wouldn't be caught. She also had to give birth alone because my dad had to go on a business trip in order to support the family. I'm very grateful to my mom for all she's done, but that was only part of the price in keeping me alive. My parents also had to pay $30,000 to the government. I'm internally grateful to both of them, and I don't know how we'll ever be able to make it up. Like most Chinese families, my dad used to support us from China. I remember I was 4, and it was the night before he was leaving. I tugged at his shirt to get his attention and said, "Daddy, after this trip, I want you to stay. You have to stay, okay?" After that, I was still unsure. So I put a pair of my socks into a suitcase, and I think that did the trick. Because a year later, we started to build our business. I remember my mom telling me it would be hard. I didn't care. Obviously, being 5, I didn't completely understand what she meant. I just knew that I was willing to do anything so that I can see my dad every single day. It was hard. I often spent time in the office, working instead of playing outside like my classmates. But I was okay with that, and I was happy. However, nothing comes without a price. In order to start our business, everyone had to pay a price. My dad had to give up his successful career in China. Because of all the stress she was forced to endure, my mom is now sick, but on the path to recovery. Because my mom is sick, my brother had to give up his dream job to come back and help. Looking at their sacrifices, mine seems so very insignificant in comparison. Despite the fact that I wasn't able to do as many things as my classmates got to, I'm glad that all these things happened to me. Because of my experiences, I'm independent. I've either been taught or self-taught how to cook, clean, do laundry, manage time and money, and much more. What hardships have you been through in your life that have shaped you? I'd like to thank my family for all they've done for me. And in the end, the label that someone assigns you is just the piece of the puzzle that is you. The sprinkles on an already great cake, and the piece that isn't you, but adds to you. Thank you.